Welcome to the rosanamod Variety Pod. This is your vessel and host, rosanamod, and here we go. Hello, friends. This is rosanamod. We are episode 182, and I know my voice sounds really scary right now, but like I said, La plume de matin. Does that remind you of like something from The Exorcist? All right, well, anyway. Today, in episode 182, Friday Foods, I want to talk about pet food. I've always wanted to do this because I saw this guy on many ads. I know that you've seen him, Dr. Marty Goldstein, or Dr. Marty. He's the celebrity vet. He did a lot of famous people's dogs and saved dogs from euthanasia, dogs that didn't have any hope. And not that Coco doesn't have any hope. Of course, she's healthy. The only thing wrong with her is her eye, which we're still working on fixing. But she's doing okay, by the way, for any of you who are curious. But I have the bag in front of me, and what I did was I went online and I figured they had this deal. It was like $35 for, what is it? It's a 1 pound bag. Is it 1 pound? And it's got a picture of two dogs, a wolf and a domesticated dog, which, all domesticated dogs come from wolves. Hello. And, oh my God, did I forget to do the trivia response? Yes, I did. Wow, let's backtrack. Sorry. Yesterday's question was, what is HTTPS stand for? What you find before every, website address is https://www whatever. Okay, well, anyway, it stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Sounds real important. So what it is, and I'm looking right now, is a combination of the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, with the Secure Socket Layer, SSL, Transport Layer Security, TLS, protocol. TLS is an authentication and security protocol widely implemented in browsers and web servers. So let's get back to Dr. Marty. Dr. Marty Goldstein started as a regular vet to the stars. Many things about him that I've seen online were impressive to me, and I figured, I wonder what difference it would make if I try. So I bought one bag, a 1 pound bag. It's very light, very lightweight. Doesn't feel like a pound. And the bag came right away, and the cover says raw, just add water. And what's inside is very strange. It's like these little spongy type tube, tan colored things that break in your hand. But yeah, I guess it is kind of freeze dried. Like you add water and then they puff up. Well, anyway, I bought this bag, and you don't have to put all of it in it, like as one meal. You could, but she didn't like it because it's very fishy smelling. And I realized that the fishy smell is coming from the omega that's necessary. All right, healthy ingredients, dog approved. Every scoop of Dr. Marty's premium freeze-dried raw dog food is a nutritionally dense formula designed to give your dog a healthy and happy life. Nature's Blend is lovingly filled with turkey, ranch-raised beef, salmon, and duck. We also source fresh produce to sweet potatoes, apples, blueberries, carrots, cranberries, and ginger that support digestion and support healthy weight in adult dogs of any size. Now, you can have it as a meal. So it says over here, half a cup of food and a quarter cup of water for one meal. Or as a booster mixer. And I tried the meal, she didn't like it. So as a booster mixer, this is what I use it for. Add the desired amount of Nature's Blend to your dog's current food. When mixing Nature's Blend with other food, be sure to reduce the amount of other food equal to the amount of dry to avoid overfeeding, because when you add water and it puffs out, it's going to be big. So normal food, like let's say you give her a can of those little Caesars, which she likes the duck, Caesar's duck. It's the only one she likes. I don't give it to her every day, but like a couple times, maybe 3 times a week, I'll give it to her. What I do is I take half of that and then I mix it with a little bit of the Nature's Blend, Dr. Marty's bag. Put a little bit of water in there, puffs out, and then she'll eat it. Okay. Now, this is the important part, the ingredients, because I figured, well, let me look at the ingredients and see what it is, because if it's natural, obviously I can duplicate this. The ingredients are turkey, beef, salmon, duck, beef liver, turkey heart, flaxseed, sweet potato, egg, pea protein, apple, blueberry, carrots, cranberry, pumpkin seed, spinach, dried kelp, ginger, salt, sunflower seed, broccoli, kale, mixed tocopherols, preservatives. So I have all of those things, but I don't have the salt. I don't use salt. I've always put ginger in all of my food anyway. Now, you can buy ginger in powder form, or you can do what I do and just boil it and use that water. And that's kind of what I do. So I boil ginger, I put the water in a jar, and I use that. It's very kind of spicy-ish, so I only use like a tablespoon a little bit in her food, and it helps the digestion. She's never had a problem with digestion. She's always been very healthy with that. I'll notice by looking at her poop, sorry, but it's true. If it looks dry, then I add a little olive oil to her food, or I'll put a little bit more spinach, or I'll put something that will help her move it a little softer, and then it'll come out. It works for me. It's just like a little machine. You know, it's like a car. You know, you put more oil in it and that's going to run better. And that's what's up with her. Now, as far as the omegas go, I know that omegas are good for dogs. So I have omega-3, which I have for myself. And I looked it up to see if I could mix omega for humans in your dog. And it says that you can. So what I do is I take a little needle or a little scissor and I snip the end. Usually the needle works better, or just the side of a knife, you know. Don't cut yourself. Please be careful. And I just squeeze the inside of the capsule into her food. I don't use a whole capsule in each meal. I'll just separate. I'll use basically one of those capsules, because for humans, you eat 3 a day. She's smaller, so obviously it's going to be one, right? So I'll use one and I'll just separate it. I like to think that she eats 3 times a day or actually 2 times a day, because she doesn't eat when I'm not here, if that makes sense. She does a little bit, but she'll wait for me to eat. I don't know if your dog does that, but when I come home, like for lunch or something, and I'll make something to eat, she'll wait for me. She'll just sit there and wait and stare at me. And then when I start eating, then she eats, which is odd, but I've never taught her to do that. So that's when I put the little fish oil in there, and I make sure that I don't put too much, because it's very stinky. You know, it smells like fish, and she doesn't like fish. Those are the ingredients, and I think that it would be really good for you guys to try and see what happens. So it says right here, weight of dog, 5 pounds gets half a cup a day. 10-pound dog gets 3/4 cups a day. 20-pound dog gets 1.5 cup a day, and so on, all the way to 90 pounds, which gets 4.5 cups a day. I give her, you know, the 10-pound one because she's 14 pounds. You have a 90-day guarantee on these. So I've noticed so far that she appears, she's always been very young at heart. So she's always been, you know, happy. But when I give her this, I do notice a change in her attitude. She seems a little bit more energetic, even more so than she normally is. But I don't see her as depressed as she used to be. Sometimes she gets a little down, and I'll just see her kind of moping around. When I give her this, it kind of does boost her personality. Have I noticed anything in her eyes changed? No, not really. In her coat. I've been giving her this for about a month now, so maybe that's not enough time. But you can give your dog human vitamins, but you have to make sure that there are certain vitamins, not all. So here are the safe vitamins for your dog. Vitamin C, niacin, biotin, and folic acid are safe for your dogs. And omega-3 fatty acids, like fish oil, are also beneficial. But the gel caps made the humans can be a bit much for the dog to swallow. And I have a friend that actually told me this, and I just kind of looked at her like, why would you give them a capsule? I mean, just break the capsule, because I think it takes a while for it to dissolve in your system anyway, whatever. Oh, and it's also gluten-free. So that's it. I'm hoping that that helped you with your little pup. I don't really buy her much dog food. I use that pink bag for Blue. That's what she eats. But she doesn't eat it as often as she does homemade food, which is what I make her. And I make her, chicken. I boil the chicken. I give her carrots. I scrape the carrots on top of her food. I give her spinach. I mix that up. I boil or cook the spinach for it to get soft sometimes if she won't eat it raw. Sometimes she doesn't eat it raw, but I have to make it really tiny and kind of hide it into her food. Also, something I've been giving her lately, which she's been devouring, pumpkin filling. Natural pumpkin filling. I put a tablespoon in there, and she just loves it. With ground turkey, spinach, carrots, that's what she's been eating. I don't give her any pasta, although she loves pasta. I don't give her any rice unless, like if she gets runny, if poop gets runny, I'll give her a little bit of rice. Not white rice, but brown rice. And she likes it. So that's all I have for you today. Question for you, your trivia for tomorrow is, in 1991, there was a Venus crater. Now, in case you don't know what a Venus crater is a circular depression created by an impact event on a planet, okay? On Venus, they're named after deceased women who have made outstanding and fundamental contributions to their field. If smaller common females' first names are used. This is a big depression crater in Venus, and it was named after the first Spanish woman that they named this crater after. Who was that woman, and what was she famous for? That's your question. So I can give you a hint. She was born in 1913 and died in 1963. So, but don't Google. I know you're going to Google anyway, because who would know that? So it's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big crater. Talk to you guys tomorrow for Sábado Spanglish. And as you can hear, my voice is already getting better now that I'm using it. I will talk to you guys then. Until then, how do we end this? In with the outro. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And I'll talk to you soon. God bless you. And what do we say?